I wish somebody would have taken the time and like sat down with me and started and explained to me how vital electrolytes are, like inside and whenever you're working out. I used to run a lot. Like I'm talking I used to run like 4 or 5 times just because I was so addicted to trying to lose weight. I was 220 pounds and I just only cared about losing weight. So all I did was run. I would I would be running like these long runs, and I would come back home and I would just be so tired because all I did was just I ate some protein. Yeah, that's good, but I would only just drink water. That's it. Like no sources of electrolytes. I would literally just come home, drink water, eat some like a protein bar or something, then I just lay down because I would be so tired that I didn't want to do anything else the rest of the day. To understand more so about how electrolytes are, we first have to talk about, first of all, what are electrolytes, and second off, why are they even important to begin with? Why does our body need electrolytes? So to understand this, we need to understand more so about like how your muscles actually contract to begin with. So I made a little drawing. Please ignore how terribly made it is. So this is your neuron, and then this is your muscle cell. So you notice how they're not touching? Because if they were touching, your muscles would be constantly be stimulated and you would probably have a seizure and you would probably die. Point is, and you would constantly be contracting your muscles, but point is, they're not touching. So how can they actually communicate with one another? So the neuron, right? Your neuron is connected to your neuron. The neurons are connected to the brain and to the spinal cord. Your neuron actually sends messages that, hey, we need to contract. Like let's say you're about to go on a run, we need to contract. So then it sends over sodium while also the muscle, like whenever you're actually done contracting, it's going to send out potassium. So essentially, sodium or salt, whatever you want to call it, is the most important electrolyte. So before you sit down and always wonder yourself like, oh, I got to take this supplement to get that, this supplement to get, the most important micronutrient that you need to get, or the mineral that you should be getting, is sodium. You should really heavily consider focusing on how much sodium you get throughout your day. So obviously you get salt and you're like, okay, well, yeah, I eat a lot of like this food that I a lot of like this chicken. I put like all these seasoning on it that has a lot of sodium, but that's not the same thing. What the best way to get sodium is just simply from eating just eating more salt. So what can this look like? This could look like your you going, okay, like let's say before your workout, right? You decide you want it to actually like have a lot of sodium before your workout. So you get a cup of water, you put some salt in it, and then you start drinking it before your workout. Not only is this going to give you a really good pump, but this is also going to provide your workouts because you need sodium to actually contract your muscles. And then post workout, this is where you can start to fill up with different kinds of nutrients. So what you can do, you could just drink your Gatorades, you could drink your body armors. The thing that I found that works the most for me is personally just drinking. So I'll get a cup of water, I'll get a liquid IV, which is like this little powder. No, not that stuff you find at the hospital. It's this little powder that's just basically a cocktail for just electrolytes in general. It has a lot of sodium, glucose or sugar. Then it has magnesium, calcium, potassium, and chloride. All of these electrolytes that you need, and I just put it in there, swirl it up, drink it. Feels absolutely amazing afterwards. You need to step up your electrolyte game if you seriously want to not only make more gains, but also just being able to actually be functional human after your workouts. Like, because if you're simply just drinking water after your workouts, then you're probably gonna feel like crap, like all the time after your workouts. If you also want to step up your game even more, your post workout game even more, then I would recommend, first of all, don't take cold showers. Just don't. Okay, take cold showers. I take cold showers every single day, but don't take it after your workouts. You need to understand that. So obviously working out, like it sends signals that your muscles need to grow and they need to be more explosive and have more endurance. But whenever you take cold showers after that, like immediately right after, now if you wait like a couple hours, then that's fine. But taking it immediately right after, taking these ice cold showers is actually going to block these receptors that are trying to send these signals that, hey, you, we're trying to grow our muscles. I would recommend taking either a warm shower, or if you have access to one, then taking a sauna, because not only do saunas just feel like absolutely amazing, but it is also gonna like help relax your muscles, and like kind of puts your muscles in that state where it can actually like rest and actually send the signals that is required to produce muscle growth. And also at the same time, it has a massive HGH spike that is absolutely worth it every single time. If you don't know what HGH is, that's human growth hormone. It's really important for building muscle. And then you could also, obviously, sleeping. Sleeping is very, very important. Get your 8 hours, 7, 8 hours. If you're not already doing that, then you're missing out on a lot of gains. And another thing that okay. So I've already mentioned heat exposure is really important. Then I also mentioned your electrolytes, and then sleep. And obviously another thing is making sure that you're eating the right things after your workouts, making sure that you're getting enough protein so you could eat like your meats or your protein powder, what doesn't matter. But also getting a lot of carbs at the same time, because people like always downplay carbs as like being like this awful thing. Carbs are extremely important. They're your body's actual first source of energy. And so whenever you're like doing like these really hard workouts, you're depleting your body of a lot of these carbs, which is the reason why after you work out, you feel extremely tired. So making sure that you have a lot of protein is good. So actionable step, if you're trying to implement what I've said in this video, get your electrolytes after, like, and preferably if you're gonna buy a drink, make sure that it has more sodium than potassium. Don't buy these drinks like Prime that is the other way around. They have more potassium than sodium because they just simply don't know what they're talking about. So make sure you're getting the right one, obviously. Make sure you're getting a lot of sleep, which I hope you're already doing that now. Then making sure that you are getting adequate protein and carbs. And then at the same time, get some heat exposure after. And if you implement these kind of things, then your post-workout game is just going to be like top notch. You're going to be able to actually go into your next workout and not feel like you're dying every single day. But that's all I have for you boys. Mwah.